Just gamble, be at the gambling spot all day, drinking, smoking, fucking, all type of
We
shit.
all know weak ass men who just have way too many vices. And they don't do shit for nobody but themselves. And then you know what's crazy? Once you have too many vices, you add on one vice by automatic. Selfishness.
Talk to him.
Yeah.
Talk to him.
Because a man with many vices thinks for nobody but himself. And I'll just say it like that. Because how can you think for anybody else when you just think about how you about to get your next smoke, drink, pill, or gambling fix? How can you, where does family come in? Where do your women come in? Where do your kids come in? Oh no, you're too busy obsessing over all these goddamn vices. You're too busy indulging yourself in vices instead of suffering for the people who love you or for the people that you're supposed to love more than these vices.
Goddamn set.
Man. Cause bro, I just hate niggas like that. I'm just gonna keep it real. Vices over everything ass niggas.
He's cooking.
Vices over everything ass niggas.
We gotta let my nigga cook, cause he talking the true shit right there. Some true words.
Man. But alright, we gave him a straight hour of just straight bars.
Let's give this a little reaction for y'all, man. Break down some more game. Some more ism.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and boom boom. We're gonna do boom that. We're going to go ahead and boost you up a little bit right here. See, y'all really about to hear this motherfucker now. And how America got so goddamn dumb. Excuse my language.
Is making men weak, and modern society is making men weak and stupid. The evidence is right in front of our faces. Men are falling behind women in every way that counts.
We've seen a decline in traditionally male jobs in manufacturing and heavy industry. That's hit working class men particularly hard. But also the education system is really now failing many of our boys.
Today, only 40% of college graduates are men. Men are 3 times more likely to die from mental health issues. 90% of the homeless population are male. And over 30% of young men aren't sexually active at all, compared to just 19%.
God damn, I mean, like, that's fucked up. Like, bro, what? 30% of y'all niggas ain't doing nothing? You ain't getting your little dingling wet? You ain't doing nothing crazy?
30% is a lot.
That is, 30% is a lot of dudes.
It's a lot.
Like, goddamn, you tell me you lined up 10 dudes and you tell me 3 of y'all ain't felt nothing?
That mean we all probably got a homie. That if you could extrapolate that evidence and apply it, we all probably got a homie.
And I'm be real with you. Hey, we got a homie who's a virgin. I'm be real with you. We got one who's a virgin. I feel like all of us might have a homie who's a virgin. And thank God, man. Thank God.
20 years ago. It should be clear to everyone by now that society is waging a war on masculinity, and it's destroying men's minds and their will. People are getting weaker and dumber. But how did this actually happen? Well, you can thank one man for our modern idiocracy, and his name was Edward Bernays. Despite changing the course of history entirely, Bernays is often forgotten today. As the nephew of Sigmund Freud, he grew up immersed in the world.
Sigmund Freud was an insane bastard. I'm just gonna tell it like it is, bro. And I think he was a pedophile in all honesty.
Oh shit.
Let's gonna keep it real.
Psychology and understanding human motives and desires. But Bernays wasn't purely interested in just studying psychology. He wanted to put it into practice. If you knew people's desires and underlying motivations, you could tell them anything. So after his family moved to the US at the turn of the century, Bernays went to college and began working as a journalist. But his true calling came when he was tasked with promoting a play. His method was genius. Instead of selling it like any other piece of theatre, he marketed it as an advocacy piece for orphanages. He gave people a real reason to care and transferred their strong feelings for the issue straight onto his product. It was an insanely effective model, and it just kept working. He sold ballet to Americans by emphasizing his sex appeal. He made an opera singer into a household.
Hold on, he sold ballet. Hold on, let's take it back. Cause he did some shit. He did some shit.
Strong feelings for the issue straight onto his product. It was an insanely effective model, and it just kept working. He sold ballet to Americans by emphasizing his sex appeal. He made an opera singer into a household name by spreading rumors about the extreme lengths he took to keep his singing voice intact. Soon enough, Bernays realized his skills were being wasted on just theatre alone, and so he would spend some time working for the US government during World War I, helping them sell the war to the American people. Afterwards, he spent time as a consultant.
Whoa. Like,
what type of shit?
Bro, ain't no goddamn way this nigga sold a war to us. He sold ballet. He sold, bro, this man's the master seller.
I ain't gonna lie, master marketer right here.
Oh God, I ain't gonna lie. We might need to go ahead and do a separate video for this one, nigga.
Made it sound like that's some shit we had to have.
Oh God, like he just sold it to us though. Like God.
What's in
dang.
for companies, telling them how to sell their products based on people's real desires. Once, when Bernays was asked to market cigarettes to women, he came up with such a devious solution. His first campaign played on social pressure and body image. He marketed cigarettes as an alternative to snacks, along with pictures of beautiful thin women to sell the ideal. And it worked, but there was still a stigma around women smoking in public. And so, to get around this, Bernays' next campaign was even more deceptive. He sold cigarettes as torches of freedom, convincing women that smoking was a way to stand up to society.
Feminism.
Oh.
This inequality.
He planned
to paid actors in a women's march that made them all take out their cigarettes at once. Obviously, this was all nonsense. Cigarettes have nothing to do with empowerment or equal rights. But by tying them in with the issue, he made the American Tobacco Company an absolute fortune.
Hey, ain't it crazy how we use women and manipulate them through feminism to sell more shit? To push an agenda onto the public? Ain't that crazy how they think that it's something that they created when there's honestly something that's man-made? And you don't even know it. Or man ran. They don't even know it.
Bernays works at the foundations for modern marketing, but despite pretty much founding an entire industry, this wasn't Bernays' most impactful work. He said that would come with his work in shaping the mindset that would decide the rest of the 20th century. Bernays' style of marketing pioneered appealing to people's base emotions and desires, rather than their rational mind, and it couldn't have come at a more pressing time in history. The Industrial Revolution was still going strong in America in the 20s, but there was a growing problem around the corner. People just weren't buying enough products to keep up with this industrial growth. People operated on a needs basis. If you didn't need something, then there wasn't really a point in buying it. But Bernays changed this. By using his marketing techniques, companies could convince people based on their emotions that they wanted something that they didn't really need. A product could be as useless and wasteful as possible. As long as you can make people feel like they needed it, it didn't really matter. Just like with the torches of freedom, companies across the US started selling to people's emotions.
You see a lot of days, or nowadays, with a lot of these Amazon products, it'll be things that simplify already simple tasks, make them maybe 1 to 10% more efficient. Like useless organizers, or just a lot of this shit you'll see in like these life hack videos, where it's just like consumerism has really created a market to make us way more lazy, and created a section of the market that's too dependent on these companies making shit to make us more lazier. Too dependent.
And their fears and anxieties. People started buying what they desired rather than what they needed. And this is the moment where consumerism was born in America, and rationality started to fade away. 100 years later, and now we're seeing the awful effects of this fundamental shift. People are completely controlled by their impulses and their desires. Long-term planning is given away to instant gratification. And
see why I wanted to react to this?